question this when just 18 months later, another woman is found in an eerily similar way. On a Saturday night in August of 1969, 32-year-old Jemima left her 3 children with her sister.
Watch them not be locked.
On the town. Unlike Jemima, most of her friends were married, so it wasn't strange for her to go to the dance clubs alone. What was strange was when Sunday morning came and went, and Jemima didn't come back to her sister's house to pick up her kids. Her sister Margaret started to become worried, and even more so when she started to hear the neighborhood kids talk about the body that they found at an abandoned house that they would play at during the day. Now, this to me is a little crazy. This house was used by kids in the day, and at night it was known as a spot where prostitutes would bring their johns and maybe where people would do drugs. So,
recording
let's not let kids play there. But B,
okay, just shut up.
is no one telling these kids what kinds of things they should be reporting to police? Because apparently this was just a rumor these kids are talking about.
Sometimes I hate having an Android because the cameras are crap.
To tell their kids what to do if they
Oh, hey.
Turn your brights off.
You think you like have to talk about, but you're like, holy crap, all these kids are running around telling everyone about a body that they found and not telling
Like, we're not going to die alone tonight.
Whatever happened, Margaret basically hears about this body and she doesn't want to think the worst. But when Monday rolls around, it's now been day 2 that her sister hasn't come back to fetch her kids, and still nobody's called the police about this body. Margaret decides to go see if these kids were actually onto something real. Maybe they were making it up, but if there was a body, she needed to check. Margaret walks into the building. This building is less than 30 yards from her home, and there on the floor was what she assumed, she said when she walked in, to be a tailor's dummy. Or a mannequin. Again, you're going in looking for a body, and you still assume it's a mannequin. I don't know how that's possible. But again, I have to think you're not wanting to find your sister. Your mind does play tricks on you and will tell you kind of what you want to see. But after only seconds, the recognition sets in. It's not a tailor's dummy. It's not a mannequin. It was Jemima. From the looks of her, she had been beaten, she had been sexually assaulted, and she was strangled with her own stockings. Authorities were called in and started taking stock of the scene. Jemima's clothes were still with her, but they were in disarray. Some of them were taken off, some of them were in pieces, some of them, like her underwear,
They stole our car.
Pretty much everything was accounted for. The only thing that wasn't accounted for
that's
was her
us.
handbag. Now, there was something very
From the
distinct
future.
at the scene.
They're here to
that was
warn us
similar
about, like,
to
the dead
Patricia's
body or
crime
something.
scene. There was a sanitary napkin laying near Jemima's body, and the medical examiner later determined that she too had been on her period at the time of her murder. When police start to search the area and question people, they find that she had started the night at a bar just across the street from Barrowland. She was seen talking to a man with
Barrowland.
hair, and according to witnesses,
Hey, where are you going tonight?
Jemima
Yeah, I'm
and
gonna
this
go to
young man
Barrowland.
went to
You
the
wanna go to
Barrowland
Barrowland?
together.
That's a great place to go,
They
just
danced for some time.
Barrowland.
They even left
Barrowland.
when they tried to get details from the witnesses.
I'm very proud of
they
that
said
voice.
He looked about 25 to 35.
Watch us get
We
lost.
driving
Tall,
through mist?
likely over
What
6 feet,
happened?
and he dressed very
Oh.
well.
We're in another dimension now. That's
With a
what we
white
drove
shirt.
through.
According
Yeah,
to everyone they talked
totally.
to, he wasn't a local guy or anyone who frequented that area on
Ah.
any kind of regular basis. Even though Glasgow was the largest city in Scotland, everything
Mintway.
I read about Barrowland basically said they knew their regulars.
Sometimes I
They knew
forget
the usual crowd
how
on these
far
Thursday and
some of the
Saturday
neighborhoods
nights,
here
these
can
rowdy
go.
nights, and this guy wasn't one of the usuals. The police were able to retrace Jemima and this red-haired man's steps based on some eyewitnesses, and it seems like they would have been walking for about 20 minutes before Jemima was attacked. Now, if you'll remember, Jemima was found just a short distance from her sister's home, where they likely would have ended up that night to go back and get her kids. And Patricia was found just a short distance from her parents' house as well. So it seems whoever this man is, he was
So windy that our car is going faster. Watch us get into a wreck. Oh my gosh.
Somewhere on the
It's
way,
going to
he
speed,
would attack
right?
them. Just 2 nights after Jemima's murder, the
45
band at
miles
the
per hour.
Barrowland actually stopped all of the music and made an announcement.
Yeah, well,
about
when
the
you're
police's
going by yourself,
investigation. It was known
with
that
no other
people
cars
likely
around
would
for the most part.
associated in the
It does
public
kind of
was
seem
involved.
fast.
So when they made this announcement, they basically were promised that anyone in the public who came forward would be kept anonymous if they had any information. We won't say you were here.
It's Montana
Again, because
Creek
a lot of people were coming
Road.
there without their spouses. But despite this promise, very few people actually came forward or provided any new information. Now, I've been comparing Jemima and Patricia's cases already because there was a lot that was eerily similar. They were both seen at the Borrowland, both on these over 25 nights. Both had been raped, beaten, strangled with their own stockings. Both of them were seen with a man with red hair. They were both found just yards from their final destinations those evenings, and both had bags that were taken from the scene. And, most of all, both were on their periods and sanitary napkins were left laying near their bodies. However, even with all of these similarities, it took the authorities
Shooting and
10
archery.
weeks to link the two cases together. Once they finally got their act together, they assemble a team and make a sketch based on the very limited witness sightings that they had. And this seems
Ooh.
crazy to me, but this was the first ever sketch in a criminal investigation for the Scottish police.
So why hadn't they been using that before? We've been using it in the States for ages.
Well, I guess they thought that it would open up the floodgates for
Very
legal
Indiana.
challenges once a suspect was finally identified.
It's nice and
Which I guess
creepy.
is valid, but it's something that I never think about because, like you said, I feel like we've been using these for so long here in the States. But all their worrying was for nothing because when they released this sketch, there were no solid leads that ended up coming in, and they were just left waiting for the red-haired man to strike again. The police wouldn't have to wait long because on October 30th of the same year, the red-haired man would claim another victim. And this time, he would give the biggest
It is a
clues to his
motorcycle.
identity. A 29-year-old wife and mother
Somebody's
of
gonna
two
take that
named Helen
motorcycle.
had just moved back to Scotland from Germany. Her and her military husband had actually been stationed over in Germany
Man,
for some time.
watch
so when
nothing
they moved
creepy
back, they were actually
happen.
living with Helen's mother for a short time to get settled.
I mean, the wind is
On the
kind of
night of
creepy.
October 30th, Helen wanted
But
to
you
go
know,
out
nothing
dancing
else was creepy.
with just the girls. So it was her sister and some neighborhood friends. And her husband, George, didn't love this, but she told him, listen, I used to do this all the time, and I'm going to be home tonight. But being protective, as George was, he actually gave her a 10-shilling
There's no
note so
lights
that way she
behind
could
us.
catch a cab home,
None.
which would surely be safer
Nada.
than taking the bus.
None.
Or at least
That
he
is
thought.
creepy.
Now, Helen's
'Cause it
sister
looks
Jean
creepy.
came to pick her up, and the two
Trail
girls
ahead.
actually took the bus to the area near Barrowland. Now, by this time, police had connected the murders of Patricia and Jemima, so they had even been passing around little flyers in the area warning women to be safe and to be on the lookout for a man resembling their sketch.
It's really pretty
Helen
out
and
tonight.
Jean had both seen these flyers.
I know, it's
They
just
weren't
like the
worried. They
moon.
were going to stay out together. They were going to watch out for each other, and they thought that they
I
would be
know.
safe in
We
pairs.
did.
That night, the girls first went to a local tavern before heading to the Barrowland
The
at
ocean
10 p.m.
looks really pretty.
At some point while they're
Ooh.
out, Helen and Jean meet up with two men,
This house.
Parked car.
and John. One with dark hair,
Noter,
and one
Mom.
whose hair
No.
was
Noter.
red. Jean said that the two sisters presumed that they were fake names just since many of the men who came to the over 25 night were married or not wanting
I
to use
told
their real
you.
names.
I told you it looks pretty, and the moon is reflecting across the lake, the ocean. It's just
And they talked with these
the
two
lake.
Johns, and at some point in the night, there is somewhat of a scene.
I was close.
Jean lost some money in a cigarette vending machine, and one of the Johns came to her aid and made a big scene with the club's manager until they basically came to the agreement that if John
I probably
or Jean
shouldn't be
returned
showing that
tomorrow
'cause
when
there's,
the
like,
machine's money was
nothing-
being emptied, the manager would give them a refund. By the end of the evening, dark-haired John decided he was going to catch a bus home. So he left Jean, Helen, and red-haired John at the front of the Barrowland to catch a cab. I'm not sure what the plan was for Jean, Helen, and John. If maybe this man said he lived near where they were going,
It's one
or
way.
if he was just going to escort them home and then take a cab home. But they all get in this cab together, and when they do, red-haired John gets much chattier,
Swerving.
even giving his full name. But Jean's memory is a little bit fuzzy. She says that his name is possibly John Templeton or John Sempleson or maybe even John Emerson. He said he lived in a specific area of Glasgow called Castlemilk and that he had a steady job, but he was unmarried. All through the cab ride, John kept touching this pin on his jacket lapel, but in a way that almost Jean thought it was to like hide it from them so they wouldn't see whatever it was. And she didn't. She couldn't describe what kind of pin it was, only that he kept touching it and was covering it. He spoke in a way, she said, that reminded her of military personnel. Like he was kind of condescending and judgmental, but she said it could have just been like this very authoritative demeanor that he had. And from this, she assumed that he was either currently serving in the military or had in the past. She also said that he had this very specific watch. That
The
was
wind
common
is
with men
crazy
in the
tonight,
military.
though.
Now, they talked a lot in the short cab ride, but something that stuck out to Jean was his talk of golf. John mentioned that he wasn't much for the game, but that he did have a cousin once who scored a hole in one. Somehow, some way, the conversation turned to religion, and John told both women that he had been brought up in a very strict and religious home. But even with all of the rules, he and his sisters, so we know he has sisters, could never be quite as good as his parents. And he made sure that Jean and Helen knew that his dad told him that places like the Barrowland were dens of iniquity,
it's a
and married
Barrowland.
women who frequented those places
Same
were
thing.
adulterous. In their short ride, he managed to quote passages of scripture, reference Moses, and when they talked about plans for New Year's Eve, he said, "I don't dance on Hogmanay, I pray."
Sorry, what's Hogsmeade?
Hogmanay is actually the Scottish New Year's. So while describing him later, Jean would say that
dragging
this
something on their
John,
Oh!
he was about 6 feet
They
tall,
are.
maybe 25 to 35 years in age.
Can I get that?
Had blue-green eyes and a
The freaking
distinct
sparks coming
smile
out from behind him.
because one of his two front teeth slightly overlapped the other.
Ooh.
Now, to me, of course, I'm looking back on this, having the benefit of hindsight. All of this talk sounds kind of crazy and not like somebody that I would want to leave my sister alone in a cab with.
Dragging some,
But
dude.
I don't know the tone of all of this that's being said. Like, did he talk about adulterous women in these dens of iniquity in a way that was like, oh my God, you're never going to believe what my crazy dad thinks? Because obviously he was there. Or was he being weird and creepy? Like, I go to these places, but I have all these thoughts about you women that go there too. But I don't know. Also, Jean could have been drunk, and this becomes kind of a point of contention later, but Jean swears that she was sober while other people